How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Loud and Proud Orlando. It's Monday, August 22nd, 8:37 p.m. Thank you so much for being live with us. We're about 13 people live right now. An eventful night. Orlando City, massive W against Charlotte FC. Uh, Personally, Tesho-Mania is running wild. Brother. Running wild, right? He just needs the mustache and then he'll be all set, right? Happy for Tesho. To all the haters, just like the Generation X will say, you guys can, right? I think you guys can take that. And good and bad. I think a great performance by the Lions. I don't know if it's Papi special, Chulo special. I don't know if it's Tesho special, but a special win it was. I mean, for sure. And we're going to analyze that and more. The Pride still undefeated in 7 games. OCB got a draw as well. So it was a good weekend for Orlando City fan and Orlando Pride fan, without a shadow of a doubt. So here with me is Paola and Dave. Paola, how are you today?
I'm doing fantastic after those 3 points well deserved yesterday, plus the Pride winning over the weekend. I feel fantastic. Happy Monday to y'all. So I'm happy to be here as always.
David, how are you, my friend?
Sorry about that. No, happy Monday to everybody. Feeling fantastic. Tesho Daily scored. In a moment where I felt that everything was done, because I criticize Papi Special because it's unsustainable. They tie the game. They're like, that's it. We're gonna get a point. Gonna get over the line just with that 1 point. But then Tesho Akindele said, not today. Not today. And when you hear me say that football is a pound of talent and an ounce of luck, that goal is what I'm talking about. That goal does not happen if turf, which is a surface that I hate with a passion, then rear its ugly head. If you guys see the clearance, I believe it was by Rodrigo Schlegel, the ball bounces over the defender, falls in the feet of Junior Urso, who smartly got rid of it right away because he knew that he was going to get fouled. If he passed the ball ahead, the referee is going to grant advantage. That's exactly what happened. And Tesho Akindele, a person that is forgotten in this equation, is our friend Benjamin Michel, who smartly halted his run, expecting the bounce. Fortunately, the bounce went back to Tesho, and we escaped with the 3 points. It was a great night, a necessary win, if you ask me. And a lot of people are saying, "Well, it's his first goal for the season." Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Listen, I don't care. It's a goal that we needed, and it came at the right time.
No, without a shadow of a doubt. How do you see it, Paola?
Mr. Clutch, I was so happy. I was like, I don't care if it was a year after, like David said. It came at the right moment. He earned his salary for the entire year. I don't care. And I criticize the dude, right? But I will earn it. I was surprised. I jumped. If you go to our Tiro de Esquina Twitter, Alec, my fiance, he posted a video of me like screaming at the TV because I was screaming at the TV because I was feeling the same way that David. I was like, okay, we're done. And Techo was Mr. Clutch yesterday. So thank you, Tesho, for that goal. Because if it wasn't for that turf, I don't care. Thank you, Tesho. So well deserved for him because he said after when Gabby Amado said talked to him, he said that he felt a pressure because he's a forward and forward needs to score. So now he doesn't feel 100% relief, but that pressure that he had, that he needed to score, he feels better for the future game. So well deserved. Let's see what has happened on the future, but he deserved it. So
You know, first and foremost, a lot of people, that don't even can do any sort of soccer move, but talk crap about Tesho. Tesho's full of heart. He's a great player, a great human being. I had the pleasure of seeing him, and because I cover the team, and because of Loud and Proud, and he's an outstanding human being. Now, he's a team player, man. He doesn't really define himself as a legit. Yeah, he's a forward on paper, but I mean, Pareja's definitely not using him as a forward. When you see Tesha coming in, you see Pareja trying to still recoup the mid and trying to recover balls and trying to mark a couple of key players for the rival team. So I think Tesho came in with that intention. Good for him. A phenomenal goal. I think one of the most defining goals in this season for Orlando, because if Orlando would have lost this game, we would have gone to the bottom of the league, while all of our other contenders would have been salivating, right?
No, absolutely, Luis. And
And
it's early. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, man.
No, I'll say it's still early because there's a lot of football to be played, but this may be a defining goal for the season, just like Sebas Mendes at Montreal, in my opinion, was a defining goal. Was a goal that saved the season. It gave us a pass to the playoffs. And I know there's a lot of animosity towards Tesho, and on my vlog, I dedicated the latest video to Tesho because I think it's unfounded and unjustified. Like you said, Tesho,
Right, without a
fantastic
shadow.
human being. I have met him several times. Tesho is a smart guy. Beyond the pitch, he's a super smart guy. Has a master's in finance. If you follow him on social media, he's into real estate investing, and I believe that after he hangs his football boots, he's gonna have a very successful after football life, which not everybody can say that. And he has made some smart investments, and he's super motivated. One story that a lot of people don't know is that Tisho played high school soccer, high school football. And if you are one of these younger generation kids, you are told you can't do that because it's a death to any aspirations that you may have to become a professional. And he was offered an opportunity to be in the academy of the Colorado Rapids, and he turned it down because he wanted to go to college. He wanted to work in his education, and he went to a school a very small school, which is the Colorado School of Mines, basically an engineering school. And then from there, he was drafted by Oscar Pareja to the FC Dallas, where in 2014 he was the Rookie of the Year. People forget this very quickly. In 2019, arguably our second worst season, this man had 10 goals with James O'Connor, and we forget that. I think that the defensive work that Tesho does goes unnoticed because for those fans that are not football savvy, are new to the sport, they tend to follow the ball. They tend to follow the ball. So if you're not kicking the ball, you're not taking the ball forward, you're not making the saves, you're not grabbing the ball, people tend not to see the work that Tesho does behind defensively. That goal doesn't happen without Tesho. And I'm gonna
Right.
be honest with you. When I saw Tesho sprinting towards that ball, I knew he was gonna get a shot on frame. I wasn't. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's gonna be a goal, because I gotta be honest with you. I was on my couch laying back, thinking this was gonna be a shot that he was gonna throw over the bar, or a shot that was gonna be saved by the goalkeeper. When I saw that ball bounce back to him, that's when I knew it was all over. And that ball went in, and my neighbors once again we're reminded I have lungs. So
All right.
let's just say that, my friends. Tesho, Tesho might be a lot of things, but Tesho feels the weight of that jersey and the commitment to the badge. So maybe this Sunday when we play at home, some of you can go and approach him and let him know that he's appreciated. I don't care if you score one goal or you score 100. You're going out there to represent us. We have to show the appreciation. There's only one player in Orlando City history that I don't count as a Lion. Everybody knows who that is. But to me, Tesho, place of honor.
For sure. Let's read some comments. Joshua Tall, I'm so happy for Tesho. Jeffrey Orlas says, Saludos. With all due respect, but Tesho needs to perform at a high standard, and others are suffering. Good chance to grow with the team. It is hurting our player pool. That's a good observation. I just think that he's there are teams that have certain players that the coach, I call them tactical workhorses, and Tesho is the tactical workhorse of Oscar Pareja, because he can put him as a six, he can put him as a striker, he can put him to defend. He knows that,
A role
due
player.
to, he's a role player. He's a jack of all trades in a way. In for example, in the Peruvian national team, it was Edison Flores, the former player of DC United. He will play left wing. He could play also behind the striker. It was a tactical player. He will come in the second half with Peru being down 1-0 or 2-0, and he will be either somebody that will hold up the play or somebody that would try to do a play to score in a set piece. Like there are players like that. Like again, I do agree that all players need to play at a high level, but I mean, I just want to point that out. Christian Seidel, it says, but we don't dare to yell to Tesho, saying in the stadium, like, you suck, Tesho. There you go. It says, it's funny we hate Tesho as much as we hated referees, mostly in the MLS. That's a good idea. Hector Ayala, man, specifically in the OC Kingdom page, they piss me off every effing time. That page should be shut down. OC Kingdom, I've never seen that page.
Never heard. In a big hug to Hector, my man. I hope everything is great with you and your family. Listener from a long time, Orlando City faithful for a very long time as well. I just, Hector, I'm gonna tell you, Papa. I really don't go to Facebook for that reason, man. I just don't find, and this is something that friends from other fan bases, even with my overseas clubs, I find that the Facebook is crappy takes, Twitter, even with the trolls and everything. There's some thought behind the comments and everything. So I personally just don't go on Facebook for my sanity.
Yeah, they don't let us post anything. Like they don't want us to post anything on some Facebook. We had to create our own Facebook group because of that. It's crazy. I never thought Facebook was that toxic, believe it or not. Now I realize that it is. Either way, Mark Rodriguez says, I'll take the goal, but who wouldn't? However, one goal does not a great season make. It does not make a great season. I think he meant to say that. It does not make a great season. Perspective. No, I agree. I mean, wholeheartedly, but I think he's embraced the role of not scoring. I think he's embraced the role that Pareja is sending him to do, which is hold up the play. Now, I'll be honest with you. I think we need more strikers. I think we need to finish the play. I think Orlando passes the ball 430 times, and out of those 430 times, we score one or two goals. Um, we need. I think we need more attacking ammunition. In that case, let's talk about the game itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of, this is what I saw. Phenomenal game from Cesar Araujo. I think he was detrimental to literally stop in his tracks Bronico and McNeil that always try to attack in transition. I think the back line was also, aside of Ruan that had a tough time with Vargas, that kid plays phenomenal. I'm going to say that kid Vargas from Charlotte, he ate up Ruan. I'll be honest with you, in the first half especially. But Antonio Carlos and Rodrigo Schlegel, solid. Kyle Smith, very solid defensively. And Orlando controlled the possession of the ball. They forced four set pieces, but those set pieces didn't come to anything, just like Orlando fashion. And Charlotte just in the first half had a tough time breaking Orlando defensively, in my opinion, and that is thanks to Cesar Araujo, Antonio Carlos, Rodrigo Schlegel. Like they were definitely doing everything in their power to contain Charlotte. And there was Charlotte had a close shot in the 30th minute, which was a great save by Pedro Galese. But Orlando in the first half dominated, in my opinion, the tempo of the game. Now, I'm going to say this, Facundo Torres, I love the freedom that he's been having. And I started noticing that him and Urso will switch sides completely. Like sometimes you'll see Urso as a right wing, and then you see Facundo right behind Ergen. And he keeps rotating and changing positions. That is the coach or whoever is in charge of doing the tactical board of Orlando City. Give him the freedom to create attacking plays. And it was tough for Christian Fuchs to contain him to the point that they started getting yellow cards and they started getting very physical. But I mean, that's my observation of the first half. How do you saw the first half, Dave? Orlando's first half.
Well, it was a cagey affair. Obviously, both teams needed to win. We had 30,000 of their faithful screaming their guts out. Very difficult place to play. Turf on top of that. And, like everything, this is the first time we go there. Excuse me. And so, there's no precedence for the players, any of the players, how to play there. So usually when you have new players on the team, the veterans will be like, okay, well, this is how it's going to be, blah, blah, blah. But it was brand new for everybody. Now, I was disappointed at the fact that we were unable to score in the first half. We have our chances. They had their chances as well. Felt it was going to be a 50-50 chance. This game was running the risk of ending a 0-0, which would have affected us psychologically, I think, more than anything. But that goal by Erchan Kara was a beautiful piece of gambeta, like we say in Spanish. They just we just found the space, and I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people in Charlotte were like, "Oh, it was offside." If you look at the top of your screen, you see how your captain was ball watching, not paying attention where he was positioned, and they pay the price. And Erchan Kara, that was just a clinical pass. That's not easy to do. I'm telling you right now, my oldest son was a goalkeeper, and to be honest with you, Galina was as extended as humanly possible, and Kara managed to get that ball to roll around him and go on goal. So, in that respects, of course, the winning goal goes to Tesho, so people are talking about that. But Kara had a fantastic opportunity. One where he praised Facundo Torres, saying, "Hey," Gavi interviewed him after the game, and he said, "Hey, it's always a pleasure to play with him. We're as we play more with each other, we get to know each other. We get to understand the cues of, without having to say any words to each other, and more of this is to come. So hopefully Kara can find his rhythm, because if somebody needs goals, it's Orlando City right now.
I think Erjan Kara, first and foremost, congratulations. He just recently got married, and that's fantastic. But I do want to say that he came on fire, and he's don't sleep on Erjan Kara, because he scored 14 goals in the Austrian Superliga, and now I think he has 9 or 10 goals in the MLS so far. So he's getting up there. He's getting up there, and he's just getting started. His first season with the team. Now, I want to say, and I repeat it, like I just said, the freedom that Facundo Torres had, that's what created the play, in my opinion. Same with Junior Urso. These two up front had a phenomenal game today, and because they were switching positions so much. Bronico and Vargas, they didn't know what they were doing. Like, oh my God, like this guy's on the right and this guy's in the mid, and I don't know where they're going to be going. And they were trying to double mark him with Jones, and Jones was getting super physical, especially in the mid. That's why he got a yellow card, same as McNeil. So they were resulting into the foul because they couldn't stop Facundo or Junior, and that's how the play came about. A fantastic play that started with Junior Urso, and then that was able to find Facundo Torres, and then he found again $13 million player. He needs to do $13 million plays, right? He needs to. And so that's the type of level of player we got, and he's just getting started. He's super young, and he again, the wallet, Erjan Kara, 14 goals in Austria. There you go. Like, when you are like that on a 1v1 against the keeper like that, there's no margin of error. And I'm happy to say that, if it would have been a different striker, he probably would have missed. But I think he had the technique and the ability and the finishing ability to put him behind the net. And I was so happy about that. I don't know how you saw the Orlando's first goal, Paola.
No, I was impressed, and I'm with you. Like the freedom that Facu has now of switching Urso in the wing is phenomenal. Because I was talking over the week when we find out about Pato injury. I was like, now Facu needs to step up and be that number 10 creating chances, and we saw it yesterday. Even though that he's playing more as a winger, but freedomly he's switching places, like you said, with Urso. Also, Urso had a phenomenal game yesterday.
Yeah.
People were giving it to Tesho, yes, but at the same time, Urso was the one who created that play. So and more, because he was passing it to Jake. Unfortunately, Jake had a couple of crosses, but there were nobody in the box,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, Ruan too, like he had a couple of crosses. Like we and something that I noticed yesterday, we were shooting the ball. That's something that we were not doing in the past. We had 7 shots, 2 on target, right? But at the same time, we are playing differently. I don't know if because it's the pressure that we need to win games now. It's a different pressure than 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. And I like what I'm seeing about in the front with Facu and Urso, because like you said, Bronico and Vargas, they were confused. They were like, what's going on? So I like the tactics. It's sad that Pato, I don't know if you gonna talk about this, but the team did an honorary event to Pato in the beginning of the game, and that means a lot, right? So I like what I'm seeing. Let's see what the future holds. And Ercan Kara needed that goal, because after that goal, he played it. He was playing more intense.
Mm-hmm.
It changed everything for him. So I like what I'm seeing about him.
No,
I want to go ahead.
go ahead, Luis.
Look, before you go, I just want to also congratulate Cesar Araujo. He made Team of the Week, actually, on the bench. on the bench, but it's something, right? I mean, thank you, MLS.
We always
But
make the bench whenever I get the
right,
start. You
right.
know?
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, you got Raúl Ruiz also on the bench. But well, I mean, at least Araujo is being recognized. He had a phenomenal game in there. Reynoso, I'm going to say this. This is so. I mean, look, Reynoso, in my opinion, I'm going to say this. I know I'm probably getting in trouble. To me, he's a normal player, man. I'll be honest with you. He's freaking average to me. Like if he will play in South America, he'll get destroyed. He'll be eaten up. I'm just saying. I don't know why they have their darlings, right? They have their darlings. It's just it's so apparent. What's Damian Lowe, man? One of the worst center backs. One of the worst center backs in the league, in my opinion. You should see. Just go to YouTube and search Peru against Jamaica. Blooper, bro. Blooper. Blooper. He also was the one who gave Orlando City the win, right?
Yeah, he can score
Look,
winning goals. You gotta
how,
give him that.
how does the blooper machine get on the team of the week, bro? I mean, in
Please,
my
because
opinion,
he score winning goals, man. Low
unbelievable.
can score winning goals. That's
Minimum, Schlegel should be there or Antonio Carlos. Minimum.
yeah. Well, it's
But
never
Yeah,
gonna
that's another
happen.
conversation.
It's never gonna happen because the like you said, I'm gonna be I want to deviate from what I was gonna say, but one of the things that I have noticed is because MLS is an entity, they promote the product that they think is gonna get them eyes on
yeah.
the league. That's the reason why that stupid goal that Rooney scored against us, or that assist to Lucho, who to the on my grave, on my tombstone, I'm gonna say he fouled Pino. They that's why they put this videos on rotation, simply because every time they put that stupid video, it gets 50 million views. And the fact of the matter is MLS should be praising Leeds United, who this past weekend
Hell
with
yeah.
former MLS
And I
players,
cried. I
four
cried.
MLS players and manager won a game. I mean, like humble one of the best teams in England, and you don't see that. You know what I'm saying? The narrative, my friends, that MLS is a retirement league it was destroyed this past weekend, single
Correct.
handedly. And what I was gonna say about what Paola mentioned was, we got news that Pato is back in Brazil, that he's
Beautiful.
gonna go through the surgery there. He's gonna go through the recovery and everything there. It is my opinion. I said it online, and people were attacking me like, "Oh, you're saying he's finished." Listen, it doesn't take a PhD to know that if the guy is returning to Brazil and he's not gonna be with the team, because there's only 9 games left, friends, at this point. 9 games. He's not, unless you put him in a DeLorean and speed 88 miles an hour down the highway. It's not gonna happen. He's not coming back. And we have to admit to ourselves that the Pato experiment has come to an end. I mean, we have to do that. Does that mean that I think the guy is bad, that he's not a great football? None of that. All it means is that his time with us has ended. The money that we're paying for him to quite possibly make a comeback is not worth it. We can't have part-time players. We have to have full-time individuals that are gonna that are gonna score, that are gonna do what they need to do. And you know what? Pato gave it his best. It just didn't work out. Do I feel that he should be at the stadium September 7th? Absolutely. He earned that trophy just like everybody else. Unfortunately, his surgery is scheduled for 2 days later, so I don't know if that can be worked out. But the fact of the matter is that we have to accept that Pato's not returning. It's not coming back, and he's not coming back because of lack of whatever. Is the fact that it's physically impossible for the, because right now his surgery is not even to repair anything. It's an exploratory surgery. And I gotta tell you even more with my experience in the medical field. I'm not a doctor. Like I said, went to EMT school, and I have worked in biomedical engineering for close to 20 years. I think that the surgery It's not for him to play football. It's just so he can have quality of life, meaning that he can walk without the aid of crutches or a walking stick or a wheelchair, that he can run, that he can lift weight, that he can go up a set of stairs. That's basically what the surgery is. I think his career is over. I'm gonna be honest with you, and because the injury was bad. It's the same knee that he has surgery on, and on top of that, if the damage is on the scar tissue, it's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again until the point that he runs the risk of an injury that may stop blood flow to the lower half of his leg, and then it's gonna be an amputation. He runs the risk of doing that. So if I am a loved one of Pato, I will say, Pato, there's nothing else to prove. Retire with dignity. Make sure that you have your legs. The future's bright on whatever you do. You're a good looking fella. The camera loves you. You can work on TV. You can do whatever you gotta do. You have the name. You have the recognition. That's it. That's my opinion. And that's pretty much it about that.
I mean, personally, he has tons of businesses in Brazil. I mean, his whole life is there. Um, he's achieved, just like you said, anything a football player would like to achieve in his career, he has done it. I think, and I hopefully the club is listening. I truly believe that he needs to be flied over, like zero expense from him to go to the final, because he's a huge part of that, huge part. And I think the players will love to see him there. As a, I mean, look at this picture, right? I mean, everyone is very committed to him, and I mean, I could definitely say he's such a positive influence in the locker room. When it comes, when he talks to people, he always comes to make people smile. You know what I mean? He's that type of person, and he definitely is right now surely missed in the locker room. So I think it'll be fantastic for the players to see him there, and it'll be an extra incentive to definitely get out of go to the final, to with a knife in their teeth, and just go for the win, and score 5 goals against Sacramento, like totally be a complete annihilation at that point and get the trophy. And then imagine how great of a, I don't want to retire anyone. I mean, that's not my point, but I do know about Pato's other injuries that he had during his career. But I mean, you cannot tell a someone that plays a sport that he's done. I mean, and how I know this, because they think different than us. Like their sense of competition is completely different. And until the doctor definitely tells him that he needs to stop, then that's what will happen. But I think if, let's say, this trophy was his last, I mean, it will mean so much to him, just to be part of that celebration. I think it would be a great idea of having him over in Orlando at Explorer Stadium on the day of the final. I don't know what Paola thinks about Pato and what happened to him.
No, I agree. I was surprised when I saw the September 9th. It will be the Exploratory. I'm like, September 7th is the final. So I was like, man, like, I don't know what's going to happen. But like you guys said, he deserves to be there, because part of us being in the final is because of him. I don't care what people say. Oh, he hasn't scored. No, he had a different position in the team that make us do scores and be in the final. So he deserves to be there. And hopefully, Orlando City, if you're hearing, please bring Pato to the final, because I know that he wants to be here, because he was watching the game yesterday. He was retweeting pictures, and I know that he wants to be in the pitch with the boys. So it's sad. I was sad when I saw the news. It was not something that I was not expecting, because I knew that it was a hurtful injury, but at the same time, I was not expecting that the surgery was gonna be in Brazil and on the 9th. So hopefully we can see him.
Sure, I totally agree with that. Let's read some comments. It says here, Brenda Morrissey. It says, "What do you guys think of OCSC Kingdom and OC Fan TV?" I've heard of OC Fan TV, but I've not heard of OCSC Kingdom. So I cannot really make a judgment. Unfortunately, but hopefully, hopefully they're doing well. I don't know what are
Yeah, yeah.
your.
Well, I mean, I have no opinion on CSC Kingdom. News to me. I guess they're a Facebook page. I don't go on Facebook. I go on Facebook to share pictures of my kids for my aunts and my cousins. I mean, quite honestly, I have given up on Facebook, MLS or Orlando City. I think the dynamic there is not positive. And it's about dunking on people. And I mean, let's be honest. If Tesho is hated, I am a close second. I'm probably number one. Let's be honest. People don't like my opinions. People don't like me. Maybe it's my good looks, my animal magnetism. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
No,
But
no.
as far as OC Fan TV, they're my friends. Bryce, Zach, Dave. I've been in their show. I'm a regular on their Fan TV. My kids, and I think they're doing a service to our community. The quality of their podcast, the quality of their reactions has improved. It went from complete drunken mayhem to people just expressing themselves. When we win, we win. When we lose, we lose, and that's the beauty. I think those videos are gonna mean something years in the future. Like for people like my kids, that maybe 10 years from now, when they're a full blown adult, they can look back and see themselves as little kids. Talking about the club they love, the club that represents their city. But this our podcast is in competition with no one. All the podcasters are our friends. I found myself as a listener or viewer of everybody's content. I'm open to collab with anybody as long as the it's to enhance and put our club in a pedestal. And that's pretty much my answer to that.
As a Joshua Tall, that was a really nice pass. Then it was nice. Cara scored. Okay, thank you, Joshua. Appreciate it. Wolf Jacks, it says, "I thought Urso had a great game." It says Christian Seidel, it says, "Joshua hopefully to win again to stay in the playoffs." It says here. Joshua Tall, "I hope Jensen will be back for the game against NYCFC." Okay, Jim D says, "Yep, need to go up 7-0, then Zapato in the 89th minute to soak it in." No. Yeah, definitely. I think it will just be great to see him definitely play. And I'm going to go ahead and share a couple of things that Oscar Pareja said also on the press conference. He said that Jake Mulroney, to him, he had a fantastic game. He said that he was the person who allowed to have Urgent to have that open space to score. And he was happy for Jake the way he's been adapting into Orlando City and his system. He's actually quite happy of his performance as well. This is what Tesho said, and I want you guys to analyze what he said. And again, this is a guy that a lot of people have, in my opinion, they've completely cast him
Vilified is the
away.
word.
Yeah,
Vilified.
they've vilified a little bit, and he said this: "I feel we're coming to our identity. It all starts with hard work. Sometimes you play pretty, and sometimes you don't. Everyone today was working, and that is what takes to win in this league." I think he nailed it. He nailed it right there because I mean that is so you can judge 2 or 3 seasons in which Orlando literally has been going to the playoffs back to back, a final for a couple games. They're one of the worst records at home right now in the Oscar Pareja era. You can't. Orlando's not definitely playing pretty. I know people want dynamic football, and they want to Orlando to play like maybe a team from the Premier League, or maybe Man City, or Chelsea, or even Leeds United. But unfortunately, the league's still not developed just yet to be at that level. Let's be completely honest. And Orlando is a small market, whether we want to see it or don't want to see it. And in order for you to drag those type of players over, it's not just money. You have to also pitch them the club to the player. And without trophies and without silverware, there's nothing that will back you up. Now, with this opportunity that this group of people have, these group of players, there's going to be a trophy there. And I have no doubt that the front office is going to definitely, see this next season. That there is a lot of more international competition. You got Leagues Cup, you have also the CONCACAF Champions League. Obviously, if we make it, if we win the U.S. Open Cup, so I think Orlando's going to boost the roster. Gaston Gonzalez is back, so I mean, all of that, Urgent Cara will be his first, his full season with the club, even preseason. So I think it will be Facundo Torres' second season in the MLS. So just things are going to be falling into place. So, Tesho says that, at this point of the league, in my opinion, you just got to win. It doesn't matter how. Like, we can be picky. We can be winning 2-1, beat Charlotte, and then complain, oh, but, this was wrong. I'm like, bro, you just won. You just won, dude. You're fifth. You just won. Like, I mean, what more can you say? Like, as I was reading some comments, oh man, this is going on here. This needs to be fixed right now. And it's not like that, guys. You guys are freaking won. Be happy for once. Go to the 7-Eleven. Go buy a freaking ice cream sandwich. Take the wrapper out and just shove it in your mouth and eat it and chew it. Make sure you don't choke on it. Chew it. Like, literally, be happy about it. Drink a beer. I don't know if you're a skinhead, or want to be skinhead. Drink a brewski, a Guinness stout. I mean, just do it. Be happy that the team has won, for crying out loud. What I was seeing today, this morning, I was just like, oh, but you have to analyze, like, the plays and this and this. You have Cesar Araujo, team of the week. You have Tesho Akindele, his probably defining goal of this season. Then you have Orlando fifth. And then the cup is coming up. Like, let's just stay together, guys. Like, let's just not bicker over stupid stuff. I don't know. What are your thoughts there, Paola? That's how you laughing.
No, because you're right. That's why I'm laughing. Like, I was laughing at the part of the ice cream. Let's shove it up. But I was gonna say a Slurpee or something. But so the brain freeze can make them realize that we won an important game yesterday. And I totally agree. Like, let's be happy. Techo said it yesterday. It's building momentum for them. Now they're in a better place. They just won the last 2 games. Now they're focused on the next one. And then in 15 days, we are going to lift silverware in the stadium. Okay? So people forget, I don't know, they have amnesia or something. I don't know, but we won yesterday, and that's the important thing. Probably it will go like, if we wouldn't lose or tie yesterday, it was a different kind of story, but we still get criticized. Let's have a momentum. Let's celebrate. 3 points, huge win. we're still in the playoff spot. So
And it's a brand new week, friends. We're gonna be facing New York City this Sunday, and I would like to remind you guys, in my opinion, New York City, they have an asterisk above their crest. They are champions of circumstance. The fact that they hosted a game instead of coming to Exploria because of what Pro decided to do on our last game at home with Nashville, criminal. But that's okay. Now that they don't have to play a dilapidated Philadelphia Union riddled with COVID, I mean, not for nothing. I mean, they're nothing to me. They're nothing to me. These guys lost 3-2. Well, let's start with from the beginning. Saturday, July 30th, 0-0 result with Montreal. They lost 3-2 at Columbus, 3-2 at Miami. They lost at home. Well, home really, Red Bull Arena, 3-1 against Charlotte, a team that we just defeated. They defeated Chicago 2-0 this past weekend, this past Sunday. But Chicago is having some issues, and they're coming to our house. If we want to make a statement, we have to defeat this team. We have to defeat this team. This team came to the league with us. They came with all the money. They're playing a baseball field. Everything about them, it disgusts me. It really does. It just is forced. It's fake. And what with the franchise of MLS? I'm sorry.
I
Um,
want to say thing.
yeah, they're a farm team. That's what they are. City Group owns a bunch of clubs.
Yeah.
And last year they won in every league. They have a team except in Uruguay. Peñarol ruined that dream for them to have total domination. But I'm sorry. And they as a farm team that they are, they stripped down the championship team, and we need to beat them. I want to beat them at home and remind them that we send them home in the Open Cup and that we send them home in the MLS playoffs. Because at this point, if we want to forget the situation with his if Oscar Pareja has a job or not, if this player staying here, as a group, you want to leave. You want to go on top. You gotta beat the champions. We have a tradition of beating the champions at home, and it's time to start doing that. You defeat New York City, and my friends, we have a chance to host. We have the opportunity to host because if you look at the standings, and of course my phone betrays me because I want to get there real quick. If you look at the standings right now, New York City has you have 46 points for Montreal, 45 for New York City, 41 for New York Red Bulls, and we have 36 alongside with Miami, and 35 for Columbus. It's doable. If we beat New York City, that's 3 points we're gaining on them. There's an opportunity to knock these guys out of those home berths and host. I want to make the playoffs, but I want to host. I think it's we have to shoot for that. Hopefully, Open Cup is going to be that launching pad for us, give us that energy. Um, in 2015, we were all but dead. We won 7 out of the last 8 games that season, and we were within 5 points of making playoffs. Had MLS had 7 teams making playoffs that year, we would have made it in our first year. So, with that said, I just want to destroy New York City. And on a personal story, and friends that have followed me for a long time, they know that in 2015, their supporters pickpocketed my son, stole his tablet, and then went on Facebook and bragged about it. And I'm gonna be quite honest, I don't like that. It's a 7-year-old kid. You were mad because my wife, with her Brooklyn accent, was representing Orlando City. I mean, come on, bro. And the guy taunted me on Facebook, sent me pictures and all that crap. I was able to trace my device to a house in Ozone Park in Queens. It's okay, Papa. Enjoy it. You know, I got money to buy 20 of those things. And that night, they went on to choke a police officer outside, and three of their fans ended up arrested on the Orange County jail eating bologna sandwiches with Kool-Aid. Listen, you know, I have no love lost for this garbage team and their little banner in a baseball field. They're an embarrassment. They're a skid mark in this league. But that's why we have to beat them. We have to remind them who we are, what a real football club is. So for that reason, because you know they're gonna send the it's warm down here. They're gonna send their people, los templados, they're real,
Really?
the fascist. Yeah, they're gonna send all those people down here, and they're gonna start
Oh,
fights, and they're gonna throw crap at us, and they're gonna insult our women, and they're gonna invite us to fight. That's all they do, and they're gonna break our seats. That's all they do, and they listening to me at the club. Jared, make sure that you have a lot of police presence there, a lot of them, a lot of it, because that's what they do every time they come. You know what? And I have said this before. You know, you can talk all the crap you want about Atlanta, but one thing they don't do is they behave like animals, like Miami or New York City. They don't do that. My respect to the Atlanta fan. They come, they cheer for their team, win or lose. They grab their garbage, they throw it in a receptacle. See you guys later, and they leave. You know, and I'm surprised that those guys showed that level of sportsmanship. Meanwhile, the guys down south, you know, they are known for attacking mascots and attacking women with children. These other savages in New York City doing the same thing. You know, it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna vaccinate them for rabies this Sunday, and we're gonna win that game. We're gonna win that game because you know what? It's what we do. We gotta win, guys. We gotta win. We have to start defeating these teams above us too. A lot of people are like, "Oh, we gotta defeat all the teams below us." We have to defeat the ones at the top because you know who we're playing in the playoffs. The teams at the top, not the ones at the bottom. Those are gonna be eliminated. We gotta
yeah,
defeat
sure.
the teams at the top. And I don't want to get to the playoffs and be sent home first game. That's not an achievement.
We have to keep an eye on Santiago Rodriguez. He used to play Montevideo City, which is a City Group team. That's the thing that the City Group does. That's why in a way, I do agree with you. I don't like that. And I'm gonna say it. Qatar is trying to buy out the sport. Qatar, the country of Qatar, is trying to buy out the sport. I do not like that at all. I'm not in agreement of the World Cup being in Qatar personally. I think it's disrespectful to how will you do a World Cup is a world event, and you do it in a place that women have dress codes, that women cannot be themselves, that people can feel discriminated against, and personally that doesn't go with me. I'm you know And when it comes to what the City Group does, is what you just said. It's a farming is industry, and they invest to those players to be worth millions of dollars, and then eventually, sell them to different teams and make cash and all that stuff. Santiago Rodriguez is one of those players, very dangerous midfielder, I'm gonna have to say, but I think we have the better of the Uruguayans, which is Facundo Torres and Cesar Araujo. And I do believe that this team is beatable, definitely beatable. And I think Orlando has the squad. And I know Orlando is not going to have Mauricio Pereira, but we can definitely still have a squad to definitely maybe attempt to definitely get the W. And I think we have to get the W because they are a direct contender for what we're trying to for what we're trying to do. So let's do the. I don't know if you guys want to do the lineup for a potential lineup
Let's
for
do it.
NYCFT. Okay, let's go ahead and okay. So Galese, right? What do you guys think? Galese, right? Not Mason.
Galese all the way.
Okay. I know Alexandre Callens is probably not going to play because he's injured. So they're playing without one of the star center backs. So just FYI. And also, I do want to say something. Internally, NYCFC, they're fighting amongst each other in practice. I'm just going to say this. The players are fighting amongst each other in practice. There's a lot of egos happening with some of the Latin players in that team. You saw it. I think they played a team recently. I think it was. I don't know if it was a Chicago game or the one before, but they were
I think it
fighting.
was the one with Charlotte.
My Yeah, they were fighting amongst each other. Like there were discussions,
Embarrassing.
and it was embarrassing. Like the that's where you definitely Orlando needs to pray on them not being united and killing each other. Um, okay, Ruan for sure. Right. I mean, I think I'll say personally, let's keep the back line. Like, I don't know what you guys think, but just keep the back line the way.
I think it's gonna be the same
The same
starting. Yeah, the same starting that we saw this past weekend, with the exception
of
of
Montinho with Smith.
Mostinho for
Yeah.
Smith, and then with the absence of Mauricio Pereira, we may
So
see Urso in that spot because obviously Pato's no longer here. And who takes Urso's spot?
I will. I was gonna say, Wilder could have potentially
Oh,
because
Wilmer.
yeah, because
so
Pereira was playing in the back, right? Go ahead, please. Sorry.
so what I would do is Araujo, right here, and I mean, what I would do is just like what Paula was saying. He's not a 10, but this is going to be, in my opinion, this could be what's going to definitely throw people off. And if we put Cartagena here and we put here Facundo Torres,
Facundo, they're gonna keep switching,
um,
right? Or
um,
Urso. I don't know.
um, and then we put here Benji, or who played Benji, right?
Jake. No, Jake
Oh,
was.
Jake Mulroney, right? Yeah,
Yep.
let's do Mulroney. Yeah, let's do Mulroney. Yeah, for sure. Right. So, yeah, just like you said, Paula, I think like Cartagena could. He's not a number 10. Now he will play the number 10 position, but he's not a 10. He's perfect in Urso's position. So, but Urso is versatile because he could play the wing. So what will happen is, and that's what they need to do is, Urso will come here, he will go here, and then they will switch with Torres and go from here, and then keep doing that. Just keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that, and it's gonna throw them off. It's gonna throw them off because they're not gonna know. Is Cartagena gonna be on the wing? Is Cartagena gonna be as a 10? Is Torres gonna be the number 10? And if you keep switching, you're gonna throw them off completely. So I think it'll be a great strategy. Not only that, but you also help Araujo, have that mid very solid because you will have three potential sixes on here. So Cartagena can also do the defensive job and help Araujo right here, in my opinion. And that was going to facilitate for the backline not to be overworked and just do their job of just staying compact. And that's what we saw against Charlotte, when they were staying compact and staying in task. And I don't know. What are your thoughts about that, Dave?
No, I agree with you guys. I mean, if it's not broken, it doesn't need to be fixed. I think Pareja with his system has found the group of players that can definitely get the results. With this many games left, single digit game left, there's no room for error. We have to win. We have to win. We have to win. Even a tie at this point of the season is a disappointing result. We are playing basically against nothing but Eastern teams, with exception of Seattle, who this year it's still recuperating from their CONCACAF champion duties. So it's an opportunity to pounce on a team that's going to have to come across the country. So with that said, I think this is it. This is the lineup that is going to get us the win. The boys need to come. They need to come believing in themselves. They have to be. We have to be play relaxed and sure of what we do. Because again, we cannot surrender points. Not
At
at home.
home. Not
Not
at
at
home.
home.
And
Not
not
at
against
home.
NYCFC. And
And
not
not against
against
them.
You can't do that.
We
You
can
just
do
can't.
that. We can do that.
Can't do
I mean, I don't know what else to say to tell
that.
everybody. It's zero room for error from now on. The team that is going to be left out of the playoffs are the teams from this day forward, the teams that fail to accumulate the most amount of points, and you do that by losing at home. At home, it should be a fortress for every single team in that table.
Exactly. I do agree with that wholeheartedly. And I have no doubt that hopefully they're able to see that also, right? It is yes, it's not the Sunshine Derby. It's not playing against Miami, but it is. I mean, it is a rivalry. It's a huge rivalry for us. And playing
It
at
is to
home,
me.
yeah, it is to me. Those
It
rivalries
is
we
to
gotta
me.
win. We gotta win. We gotta win. What are your expectations, Paola, to move
Three
through the tournament?
points. 3 points all the way. Like we need those 3 points. Um, and I forgot who said it. I heard it in an interview, but they said that they need to like themselves. They need this 3 points because it's at home, and us as fans, we deserve them because we're always supporting them and being there. So I don't remember who said it, but it was a player who said that, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm expecting a win, and I don't like NYCFC, for being honest, neither. I think it's one of our rivals, like you guys said, and I'm expecting 3 points. So
Yeah, you can't win 2 games in a row on the road, and then you come home, and then you send the people unhappy. I mean, that's, you know what I'm saying. I mean, can do it.
Right. I mean, you imagine if I'm just saying this, but it would be fantastic for Orlando to win this. Then maybe have a mixed team of against Seattle. Maybe somebody from OCB. I would love to see. Would love to see Moises Tablante as a number 10. I know, right below the striker. I would love to see him there. I don't know if the club will be listening, but
No, no. Unfortunately, he can't come up because
a
to
red
remind every
card. I
no,
think
no,
so.
to,
Oh,
to remind everybody, it has to be
sign him.
MLS players can go down, but MLS Next Pro players
cannot
cannot
go
come
up.
up. Yeah,
Gotcha,
that's
gotcha.
the thing. And
Uh,
now that you brought Moses Tablante had a beautiful goal this past weekend on 2-2 result against I think it's
Columbus
the Columbus too, right? And then ended up losing the the little
penalty.
shootout they have, the
Mhm.
penalty runs they have after, which I'm gonna be quite honest with you, I hate him. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I think it's time for him to have a space in the first team. Incredible player, and OCB. And one of the things that we haven't touched was the fact that last week against Rochester, I believe, or no, Richmond. No, what's the team that it's up in New York?
Rochester.
yeah, Rochester, yeah,
Rochester.
Rochester Rhinos, I think it's
Right.
called.
Well, they only go by Rochester now, but to me, yeah, I want to call them the Rhinos every single time.
Yeah, yeah.
We had basically all our bench play that game, and we had a lot of players get minutes. Tesho, one of them, and he said, "Hey, I wanted to get the feeling of scoring again. I wanted to feel that again," and it paid off huge dividends. over the weekend, obviously, and a lot of people were upset that we did that. But it's a tool that we have. We have a bunch of players that need minutes. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So the game for OCB wasn't what we were expecting, but it is what it is. It's a development league, and you know. But to go back to that game against Seattle, yeah, man. I honestly, I would like to see a mix there, because if you look at the calendar, originally, my friends, we were supposed to play Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, and then the final. So MLS obviously sees that and goes, "Wait a minute, there's no way for these guys to play 3 games in 1 week and then be fresh
Final.
for the." Yeah, it's
Yeah,
insanity. It's impossible. So we're not. Unfortunately, we're not gonna have any Orlando City football over the weekend. It hurts me, because that's what I live for my football weekends. But yeah,
we'll have the final on Wednesday.
We will
yes,
have that cup,
Yeah.
that trophy.
And
yes.
guys, and I do want to say, chill out.
It's already
So,
literally sold out, by the way. Yeah, the club hasn't
it
said
is.
it.
It is sold out. But I mean,
It's
to the
sold out.
players, grab a bowl of cereal. Put some milk, some chocolate milk, chill, little steak. No wine, chill out, relax, watch TV. I watched Godfather 1, 2, and 3 this weekend. I was binging on the Godfather. But just chill. And then just after Wednesday, then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, for sure.
You
And
know what I
one of
mean?
one of the things is Sacramento is going to be playing Saturday at Louisville, because the USL, in their corporate myopia, uh, it's not doing a solid to the representative. This is the opportunity to stick
Wow.
your finger in MLS's eye, and you are forcing them to travel from California to Kentucky, play a game, and then 3 days later a final in Orlando. I think it's a disservice. I feel bad for them, but not so bad, because I want a trophy. I mean,
Hell
if
yeah.
if, if we were playing my grandmother, if my grandmother was the manager for Sacramento, I'm sorry. After
Yeah,
that,
me
hugs
too.
and kisses. But in those 90 minutes, I
Yeah,
want to
that's right.
destruction, total destruction, total destruction. I am so thirsty and hungry for a trophy. I was on Facebook looking at pictures. The last time we lifted a trophy, my kids were toddlers. No, my kids are teenagers now. My oldest is in high school. Friends, it's been a long time. A
No,
long
Orlando
time.
and me, I went to the Orlando Magic LA Lakers final 2009. Dwight Howard, Rashard
Oof,
Lewis.
13 years ago.
Yep, 13 years ago. Blah, 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 blah. That's what happened.
We gotta win. We gotta win.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, we gotta win. If we don't win, listen, we gonna. But I'm just giving you the worst case. They're gonna have to pull me from there to RMC. I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be able to walk by my own power. I'm telling you. Now, if we win, I wanna let everybody know. Just mute me for a week, because I'm gonna be passing out. I'm gonna be cashing out all those checks. The other day, there's this guy that is mostly a troll for Atlanta, and he was very, very sad about his team being bottom of the table. And I had no mercy. I said, "Hey, what's the score?" Because he used to do that to us in 2018. Every time we played a game, and the team will post the final results, he will go and post, "What's the score?" I returned the favor to him, and now he got mad. "Oh, why are you gonna do that? Why are you gonna hit me while I'm down?" I'm like, "Well, football is cyclical. Back in 2018, you were telling me that your team was so powerful that it could go into the Scottish Premier League and destroy
No
anybody."
way. There's no.
That's what he told me. That's what he told me, that
Wow.
they could go to Argentina and win the league. And
Look,
I'm telling you, winning is a powerful drug. Is a powerful drug. Arrogance, a byproduct of it. But I gotta tell you, even when Orlando City and USL was destroying teams left and right, I never said such things
Yeah.
because I'm not crazy, first of all. But
Plus,
it is what it is, friends. Football is cyclical. To if we can touch Atlanta for a second, I think that the Pineda's gonna be fired at the end of the season.
my
They're gonna go
cousin,
through a massive,
my
massive,
cousin,
massive rebuilding. If they
mi
keep
primo, mi
Bocanegra,
primo,
yeah, no, if they keep Bocanegra
primo.
in the front office, they get what they deserve. Uh, Former captain uh, uh, Jonathan Spector needs to go. I mean, their scouting is awful. And one of the things that it's their own doing that is going to devastate our organization is they bought that kid Barco for $17 million. They can't offload him. Nobody in Argentina is going to pay for him.
No, there's some money.
Yeah, I was actually listen to this, guys. I was listening to a podcast. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's a YouTube channel. It's called Suben y Bajan. It's about the Argentinian lower leagues, second, third, fourth division. These guys do a fantastic job. Basically, what I do with Orlando, if you follow my vlog, what I do with Orlando City, but those guys actually travel with the teams, different teams. And they were talking that there's a rumor that maybe in 2023, Argentina is going to switch from the peso to the US dollar. Okay,
Ooh.
just like El Salvador, Panama, and Ecuador have done. And what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, it means that the country it has such hyperinflation that they are surrendering their national currency and the ability to manipulate their own economy to the United States. And by doing that, it stabilizes the country inflation. Because what happens for friends that have never experienced such a thing, what happens is imagine if you got paid $100 on Monday, and Friday that $100 is worth $50. That's basically what it is. Your money devaluates, and now it's more money to buy more goods, or the same amount of money buys less goods. That's the problem that they're having. So what that will mean is that going to Argentina is going to cost more to buy players. The Argentinian league, I've been told already from good sources, is gonna have a fire sale in the off season. You're gonna see a lot of Argentinian players flooding the United States market. You know why? Because Europe is not gonna pay those prices. MLS will. I'm telling you right now, MLS will, because they're gonna be getting European caliber type players, Sudamericana players, Libertadores players, national team players that are gonna be willing to come to the United States for less money than they will get in Europe, but it's dollars, US dollars. And that's one thing. The other one is, like I said, if the economy gets into US dollars, then you're gonna see all sorts of issues. But with Atlanta United, they lost money with Pity Martinez. This Barco guy, they're probably gonna have to eat those $17 million, and probably for that organization, for a lot of MLS teams, they may cool off with this boy South American boy wonder craze that Atlanta had for a while, because you don't go to you don't go and pay top dollar for promises. That's what Barco was, promise. And I saw Barco against Gaston Gonzalez when Union played River. And let me tell you something. It, what a fall from grace for that guy Barco. One day you are in the United States, cheating on your wife with your partner's girlfriend, with your teammate's girlfriend, and the next you are in Argentina, getting paid in pesos, and being thrown garbage. I mean,
Look,
unbelievable. But that's what's going on, guys. That's what's going
look.
on.
If they do that and the market of Argentina opens up, I already got my player for Orlando City.
Who's that?
Walter Bow, Gustavo Bow's brother. He's a beast.
Ooh,
He's a
you are
beast,
not
guys.
kidding, huh?
He's a beast. If his brother is dangerous up top, he's double dangerous.
Who's he playing for? Because I don't
He's
recognize the
playing
uniform.
for well, no, he used to play for Defensa y Justicia, and he won I think Copa Sudamericana, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
So right now he's playing for. Hold on. Oh, he's playing for Vélez Sarsfield, which is a big team in Argentina.
Yeah,
Vélez.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
they are considered middle of the table teams.
Yeah.
But no, listen, middle of the table Argentinian teams will come to MLS and destroy everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you go to that guy right now who's getting paid in pesos
In
again,
person.
and you because I gotta tell you guys this. It's not gossip because it's actually was on the radio. But when they interviewed a few weeks back, Facundo Torres' agent, he said that he had a one of his clients that very good player ended up went to the Middle East, wanted to get out of there because I've been to the Middle East. I mean, it's sand, heat. I mean, it's not best quality of life, especially if you're married, like this guy. And this guy ended up going to Argentina, and I want to say that I, it starts with a G. Luis, if you can help me, it's a Argentinian team. Starts with a G. It's in the Buenos Aires area.
Ah, Gimnasia y Grima.
There you go, brother. Thank you, thank you. And the player was desperate to get out of the situation because he's getting paid in Argentinian pesos, my friends. And like I said, there's money that's losing value. Is losing value as we speak, and it's so worthless that countries like Bolivia, Paraguay, Uruguay, Chile, the countries that the people that will try to go to Argentina to work illegally, currencies that traditionally have been worth less than the Argentinian peso. Now Argentinians find themselves going to these countries, and the currency, the trade is worthless. It's toilet paper, and we have seen this before. So I mean, while it's devastating, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's devastating. Argentina has already gone through this type of process in the 80s when they actually had to switch currency from the austral to the peso, and a lot of people lost their fortunes on that. I dated an Argentinian girl whose family just here in Orlando, who's by the way ended up marrying a guy from my hometown. um, anyhow, story for another day. Maybe after the
Bad
show,
Bunny.
I
Bad
can tell a
Bunny.
story.
Oh,
After the
baby,
show, I can
baby.
tell a story. So anyways, her family just like lost their shirt, lost everything they had when that happened. So it's devastating. As a Latino, I feel for them. On a football spectrum, I can say that MLS. If you like Argentinian players, MLS is gonna get full of them. Come 2023, you can bet on that.
That's right. And talking about other stories, the Pride was able to 7 games undefeated, guys. 7 games undefeated. You know, super proud of this team. Every time you see Angel FC, you see Gotham, you see now San Diego Wave, right? They are the darlings of the NWSL. I'm gonna say this. They get all the markets, they get all the promotion, all the posters, and the rest of the teams they don't even mention them. Like the Athletic writes more about those teams than they will ever do for Orlando Pride. But the Orlando Pride, out of their work and out of their work ethic, and how Seb Hines is able to literally mold this group of young women to win. Aside of Miguel Gallardo also and Giles Barnes, like they've installed this competitiveness in these are women that is their first time playing in the NWSL. Carrie Abello, detrimental in attack. You had also Erica Timrak. She's played in Florida before, but fantastic player. Maggie Doherty Howard, which is right there on the picture. She was a phenomenal game. She's like our Mauricio Pereira type of thing, right? Our Mauricio Pereira. So, fantastic game. They beat Gotham in their turf, right? In their turf. right? And it was a
Man, not
monumental
really. It was
W.
Philadelphia, friends.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Subaru Park. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
Subaru
gonna
Park.
ask you why are they playing in Philadelphia? What happened to Red Bull Arena? Exactly. Okay, fair enough.
Exactly. New York's all
And
right,
what happened to the darlings for former Orlando City players that are in Gotham? What
they
happened
don't
to them?
they didn't play that game.
Oof. So we already throwing in the towel.
New York's all right if you like saxophones. New York's all right if you like saxophones. Ali Watt, debut. She came from All Rain, and she scored. She had a ACL, I think, injury. I think I want to say it was an ACL injury. She was brought into the Pride. Massive impact. I mean, massive impact. Super speedster, right on the right wing. Fantastic play. Scored on her debut, and Orlando went. They beat Gotham 2-1. They beat Gotham 2-1 at Subaru Park. Right. Here are some images. This is the goal. This is Maggie Darty Howard. She's the one who did the assist. Betos was the one that was Gotham's keeper. What's her name? Ashley and Harris didn't play that game. And what's her name? I'm gonna get crucified if I said what's her name. Then Ali Krieger played. There you go. That's Ali Krieger. But she couldn't do anything. I think. Look, these are all young players. You got Jordan Listro, Canadian national team. You got Haley Jensen that just came from Haley Hansen. He just came from Houston Dash. And then you have Maggie Darty Howard, Michaela Clough, Ali Watt, Erica Timrak, Villa Cortes, like right here. Like they
Yeah,
had a
Puff got
phenomenal.
a nice shot, man. Unfortunately, they got 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 saved. But I actually
Yeah,
watched the highlights, bro. And one of the things I was gonna mention is I saw when there's substitutions, the players come, they get a hug from Seb, they get a hug
yeah,
from Giles. There's a lot of smiles. There's a lot of camaraderie. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say this. Unfortunately, the relationship between male coaches and in female teams has been vilified and sort of morbidly muddied over the years because of situations that have happened in
yeah.
this league and
Unfortunately,
somewhere else. And it was refreshing to see that respect that the girls have for their manager. Meanwhile, Gotham, they were coming out. The manager wasn't even looking at them. So
yeah. And I'm gonna say something. Kerry Abello right here, Penn State product, fantastic player. I mean, you're talking about what a future this girl has. She's an athlete. She's definitely gonna be an all-star. She's definitely gonna be the cornerstone of this team. I mean, what a game changer she's been for the Pride. And it's her first season in the NWSL. So the future is, quoting Scarface, the future is hers. Literally, like literally the future is hers. And phenomenal game. And I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna read here the comments. Shinta says here, 0013. The Gotham manager is new, and that was his second game. He's a temp from the Orlando area. Oh, there you go. Shinta says, hope Watt gets a Hattie against her former team. Yeah, of course. I think teams like All Rain, like Houston, like Gotham, the darlings of the league that I'm calling, Gotham, Angel City, San Diego Wave, they're now seeing the prime. They're like, oh crap, we have to put our starters. We have to play them with all we got because this team could definitely it's dangerous. I mean, they've been the darlings of the league already, and I think they're only going to get better. I can't wait to see. I know for a fact they're going to make playoffs. I have definitely a good feeling that they're definitely going to be making playoffs, and if they are, I hope they get far.
and if they are, let's go support them. Me
Let's go
included.
support them. I mean, if let's say the Pride guys gets into a quarterfinal, semifinal,
Mm-hmm.
Explorer needs to be filled out. You
Yeah,
understand?
we gotta put our money where our mouth is.
if these players right now play for 2,000, 3,000 people and they give their hearts out, you imagine for 21,000? I mean, they'll be winners. I mean, and so I'm just saying, guys, let's support the Pride. I think they play a phenomenal game. Everyone there is doing their part. And again, I want to give kudos to Miguel Gallardo, to Seb Hines, and Giles Barnes, because they've turned this franchise around. And now, hopefully next season we see more people going into the games because I think they deserve it. And it's just, look, 5,000 people showed up last game. Hope the city continues to show up. Yeah, I mean, we gotta support the Pride, man. I mean, we gotta. I mean, what do we want to support? The Pride or the Orlando Predators from David Siegel? That used to be a failure. That he acquired that team, indoor football team. It was holy guacamole. Oh, like it was bad. Like, I mean, we want to support teams that definitely are making a huge impact, and I think the Pride is just getting started. They're only gonna get better, and Orlando's marketable. Like I think they have the best kits in the MLS still. The Pride kits are some of the best in my opinion. But yeah, that was
They look nice, but
Orlando Pride.
I got a little bit of a bone to pick with the kids. I want us to return to purple. I think while the kids look amazing, but black is the predominant color in that kid, and I think with Seb Hines at the helm, because I think anybody
It'll
can
be
argue
nice.
that Seb has earned the right to be the manager of this club officially starting next year. I would like for us to return to the purple kits. I think it will
Yeah,
renew
it'll be
the
nice.
connection to the club. And this is my personal opinion. I think the batch needs to be redone. One of the things that I heard was that the batch that you see was meant to be temporary, and it
This
was
one?
got postponed because that one, it was supposed to be temporary. I'm gonna be honest. If you're from Orlando, it's sort of okay. The fountain in Lake Eola,
Right.
but if you are not from here, it looks
A
like
puente, papá.
Jello dish or something. I don't. It just doesn't. It doesn't. To me, it doesn't say Orlando anything, and he doesn't
Oof.
say I'm affiliated with the Pride or Lions. I think maybe some the silhouette of a lioness or something like that will be much better. That's just my opinion. But since we're here pushing the clock, I'll have to say that we have to go support the girls, and just like we do the men's side. They have done a fantastic job, and
Yeah,
Seb
fantastic.
Hines, man, I'm telling you, Seb
Yeah.
Hines, what
What
an
a class
incredible
act.
job!
What a
What an
class act.
incredible job!
Class act, I'm gonna say. Paula, what are your thoughts? The Pride.
Let's
You
put our
still need to
let's
go.
no, let's put let's put our logo. I'm just kidding of the podcast and
No,
the kids. No,
no.
no, no, no. But you guys said it all. Like, what a best time to go and support the girls, the
Oh
ladies.
yeah.
7 unbeaten game. So great job. I think David said it before. I think the coaches are doing a great job and they turned the table. So I have to go. I haven't gone. I think in the past 2 years before COVID, I didn't have the opportunity to go and support the ladies. So I need to go this year before they end. So
Yeah, I would love to see the purple kits back. I mean, I'm definitely gonna buy the moon kit
I
and
wanna,
the
yeah, I
Luna
want the
kit. Yeah,
white one. Yeah,
I'm gonna buy both. But seriously, like I do agree with Dave on that. The purple kits will look fantastic, and I would love to see Orlando City do a retro kit with red, with the former color, the original Orlando City color, not the original, right? I think it would be
Overdue.
fantastic. I think after this, if Orlando goes and wins the cup, I think it would be fantastic to see a retro kit some sort of way, something with red outline, or something that would have the old Orlando City kit vibes, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll definitely bring a lot of memories, and a lot of good memories, and also it's the identity of the club too. You can't say, oh no, this started in 2015. No, this started way before 2015, way before.
Europe does it all the time.
Yeah.
So
So hopefully they hear us. I want to give praises to the Pride. Last comments, Dave. You want any
Yeah,
closing
for sure.
thoughts?
I have new videos on certain topics since that we have touched here in the show on my vlog, the legendary David, on YouTube in Spanish and in English, and also Florida underscore man 76 on Twitter. Go ahead and follow me. Let's talk football. Let's have fun. Let's not take life too serious. The people that have blocked me and they don't talk to me anymore is because they just want to be right all the time. And I'm sorry, you can't be. That's not how life works. And anyhow, but as you can see, I'm a normal person. I'm a normal human being. I love our club. I again, I warning. If when we win that trophy, please mute me. I'm just gonna go bonkers. I may show up to work the following day in a speedo, oiled up aviator glasses, drink in hand, cigar in the other, and flip flops. That's that's how I'm gonna show up. And when people ask me, what are you doing? I'll be like, it's a champion's prerogative, and I'm gonna exercise that prerogative. So that's what I'm gonna do. So with that said,
are you
thank
gonna
you.
block that?
Huh?
Are you gonna block that when we
Yeah.
lift that trophy or
No,
not
no,
really?
no. The
I just kidding.
following day when I go to work, that's the
You have
attitude
to
I'm gonna have.
you have
Uh,
to do a TikTok with
no,
it.
forget about it. No, if I already said that if I get the opportunity to hold the trophy, I'm gonna do the Michael Jordan. I'm gonna do the pose. But in all honesty, in all seriousness, I just hope that I can at least touch the trophy. And if we win it, Jared, if you're listening, I know for a fact that you're gonna allow the fans to go visit the trophy, have an event. I'm so tired of telling this club how to take my money, how to engage me. You know what will be great, Jared? You have the trophy, and then you make it a event for people to sign up for season tickets. How about that? It's free. Don't worry about it. It's free. I actually took a marketing class in college, and I slept in a Holiday Inn Express last night. So that one is for free. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll shut up so Paola can say her
Um,
goodbyes, and we
Pa-
can get out of here.
Paula, last comments you wanna give out before we go?
Last comment, we didn't talk about it, but Kyle Smith did his 100 appearances yesterday with the club. Um, so I just wanted to put that out. Also,
Yeah,
tomorrow,
yeah.
tomorrow we're gonna record our podcast in Spanish, Tiro de Esquina, um, at night. So paying attention to that new
I
episode.
hear you got. I hear you got to have
I have
a guest.
a special guest. I'm not gonna say who it is.
Really, I'm excited. I really want to find out
On
who it is.
right now, can I say it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So David will be my special guest for tomorrow
I was so
podcast.
disappointed. I was so disappointed. I was watching the
Sorry.
show. I was watching the show last week, and you said, "Oh, somebody that knows a lot about football." I'm like, "Yes, finally somebody is gonna grace this podcast with knowledge." And now that you tell me that it's me, I'm super disappointed. But
No,
okay.
the legendary David will be
Okay,
with
yeah,
us
we're gonna
tomorrow.
make it fun. We're gonna make it fun, and and it's gonna be it's gonna be closed doors. We're gonna talk about
Close.
a lot of things that
Um,
news don't let us talk about it here. So
I got a new
kidding.
camera, so probably new
Oh,
shots
beautiful.
tomorrow. So follow us on Twitter at te Skina podcast. Instagram too. I will be posting videos. There you go. That is our Twitter tag username. Sorry, and I will be posting stuff. Like if you go to Twitter now, you will see my celebration yesterday when Techo scored. It was bonkers. So it was like a party yesterday at my house. So
And
follow us. Yeah, there you go
no,
ahead.
I congratulate you. What a clean house you have. Obviously, no kids. No kids. My house looks like a war zone here in the living room right now. You guys don't get to see that.
For now, just give us I don't know how many years, 5 years or
Yeah,
three
yeah, no,
years.
they
You
look
will see.
beautiful.
You will
They
see.
look beautiful.
But you will see a different.
I was watching the video, and my wife is like, "You can tell they have no kids."
I need to brag, right? Until we have a little Paola or a little Alec in the future. But follow us on Twitter, and thank you for having me today.
I want to thank everybody to that tuned in live today. Everybody that is definitely going to listen to our show audio in audio form. Check us out also on Twitter at LPO_podcast. We're also on Facebook as Loud and Proud Orlando, and also on YouTube as Loud and Proud Orlando. Click on the notification bell for notifications. We're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts for everybody that wants to listen to us in audio form. Thank you so much for all your support. Everybody that shares our content, definitely we appreciate it. Also, I wanted to, if you want to definitely make a difference in the City Beautiful, and you want to definitely support our brand, and you want to definitely, cover the team, there's still time. You can join us here at Loud and Proud Orlando. You'll could get to cover Orlando City, Orlando City B, Orlando Pride. Any writers, journalists, uh, City Pride, OCB fans, send us a DM at LPO_podcast on Instagram or Twitter, and then we'll go ahead and get with you regarding that. I also want to encourage for you guys to go and subscribe and spread the word about our YouTube channel. We're at 434 subscribers. Let's get to 500 subscribers. Spread the word to your friends, people that maybe have never watched the show before. If we are the podcast of choice or the show of choice, spread the word and help us out to at least reach 500 by the end of the month or the beginning of September. That way we can just focus on the rest of the year, and then hopefully get to the 1K subs before my birthday, which is in March. So let's hope that's a possibility. So help us grow. Thank you so much for all your support, and we'll see you guys very soon. I'll be covering I'm sure the Pride on Friday and Orlando City on Sunday, and that's it. Vamos Orlando, guys.
Vamos, Orlando.
Vamos Orlando.
Take care, guys. Have a good one.